All right.
Literally, the only good idea I've ever had for a piece of software, not related to like work or whatever, has been there should really be an app called Fuck Your Store that you enter your list into, and it like takes it like as something really simple, like OCR or whatever, and then it plots you a route through the store and shows you like actual pictures of the thing you want, not the stupid alternative mayo that's next to it when you look at it.
I mean, if you're going to go through that much trouble just punching individual items into an app, just go to the Publix app and punch it in, and they just walk in and pick up your order. It's like they hold it at the front of the store for you.
I mean, that's the thing. I really want to simplify the reason I've never even attempted to build it is the UI. It's not the logic of putting everything in.
Unless you need playing cards. Nobody can ever find playing cards at Publix. It's wacky. Who has a 100-word summary of the non-grocery store trouble you guys got into last week?
Oh, our party went to the grocery store. It was the worst grocery store.
The employees were rude.
They were very rude. We had to Karen it up quite a bit. Lucius got to be Karen, and he got meat.
Was the meat packaged properly?
It was not packaged properly.
It was packaged properly, it was just mislabeled. No way, that's getting past the FDA.
Wow. That was
Dosha has very specific
segue.
requirements, and butchered drow has to be labeled a very specific way.
That segue was incredible.
Destil, you're going to hell. Straight.
I like how Destil's getting blamed for what was my idea to put in a D&D session.
I mean, we already knew you were going, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Look, if I wasn't going to hell already, that wasn't going to put me over the edge.
Yeah, no.
Did we? Oh, you guys are up here. Oh, in the creepy laughter room. Which
I think we were actually
adjacent
landed down
to the
here.
Laughter room.
I am now
we
on
like
record with my other group as their opinion is that I should not have included the creepy laughter in the game because it's going to give them nightmares when I explain the creepy laughter room to them. So I guess the question is, did any of you have nightmares last week?
I don't remember my dreams at all, so I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I generally don't remember either.
I mean, I have nightmares all the time, but not about your stupid giggle dungeon.
Oh. It's not even my creepy laughter room. That's straight out of the module. I did not come up with that. They said the consensus was that I should have just described the room as having creepy laughter and not actually done the laugh.
Oh, no, you absolutely should do the
That sounds like
laugh.
a half measure.
Yeah, that's like...
No half measures allowed.
Easy baby mode.
All right, so what's next?
We got a long rest, right?
Yes, you went down the purple worm tunnel far enough away to not hear the creepy laughter. You got a long rest.
And does this drow escapee that we had, does he have a name?
I do
give him one.
I do remember that the plan was to send Numac down the tunnel with the escape drow and have the escape drow
spot for a little bit.
Yeah, and just have the escape drow sit under his invisibility cloak.
We can call him Sornath. Sornath the drow slave.
Yeah, if because I think God, his name just fucking vanished out of my brain just completely.
Numac?
Numac, yes. Yeah, having Numac watch over him for the time being while we take care of this rogue king, as we have come to call him.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, if the map that was etched into or that was chalked into Gustavus's armor is to be believed, one of these two paths up ahead should lead in the direction of said rogue king.
We're going over
and
here.
good investigators go right, as far as I'm concerned.
Is that true? Good investigators go right.
Apparently, that's how you uncover most of the dungeon, which is good investigation, I guess.
So we're going up this way.
Yeah.
Before we head out, Alex is going to go ahead and tag Gus, Lucius, and Connor with an aid, so that gives each of you 5 extra max in hit points and 5 hit points.
That's just max HP on top of.
Yeah, it's just increase your maximum hit points by 5, and you start with those hit points like filled.
Okay.
That lasts for 8 hours. So.
Okay, so we're going up this way.
Well, since we're giving out buffs, hey Gus,
Huh?
bang bang, gift of alacrity. There we go.
Well, thank you. I always appreciate the gift of alacrity. I have no buffs to give. That's actually not true, but like, I mean, I have protection from good and evil. It doesn't seem to do anything though.
I too have protection from good and evil.
Okay, so what's next?
I mean, we just
As you go forward,
Yeah, I was waiting for someone else to
passage
lead the way.
reaches a T-junction.
I mean, are we going right? Like, can we go left this one time?
In the interest of
Who's revealing
observing,
my map for me? Who did that?
this is
I
thought it
guess
was
you guys are going. I didn't do it. I guess you guys are going left. And you reveal yet another T-junction.
I mean, we do have a destination in mind, and it looks like the map is leading us in said direction.
So the cave here begins to opening up, and as you reach this point, you start hearing an echoey chanting coming from the large cavern in front of you. You see pinpoints of light on the 4 corners of what is some kind of pit in the middle of the room. And in front of it is a raised stone altar. So the back wall of the cavern is cast with this enormous shadowy figure as the light flickers, and you see this huge minotaur dancing on the back wall with a flapping drapery around their form. You can only see the figure in shadow, so it's enormous and it's warped. And then in a circle around the pit are a large group of said minotaurs. Like so. So you've got light sources at the 4 corners of the pit, but you cannot get a good look at what's in the pit. Although from time to time, a gout of colored steam shoots up from inside.
Well, I guess we should go say hello to the Minotaur, right? Do we want to do what we did last time? Get them to come to us and then like lure them into a spider web and just murder them at our leisure?
Can they hear, like, have they not reacted to us? Because I'm always under the impression that we are not a particularly stealthy group.
You guys holding a light source at the moment?
I don't see a reason to have, right? We kind of knew where we were going this time.
Yeah.
They haven't yet, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Any incidental sounds you're making are not louder than the sound of their chanting.
Okay.
Anybody else have any ideas?
Do we salvo, or do we attempt to parlay?
I mean, those other...
I think we've established the Minotaur, that, like, killing a bunch of Minotaurs and their leaders is probably what we're here to do, so I'm all with opening fire.
Think
honor
first,
nods.
ask questions later, huh? Lucius
I mean, if it makes
pulls
you
the
feel
ripcord on his Alexander brand spell scepter.
Windbreaker brand. All right. I'm gonna move. What?
Take Scrappy.
Yeah. Just move here, and then everybody else can. Seems like a good choke point.
Well, there is a passage off to your right that starts to open up into a broader cavern in that direction.
With 120 feet of dark vision, do I get anything down this side?
Looks back around the corner, and it seems to connect up to the previous passage.
Okay.
But it does also fork
Oh,
off into
wow,
another
or something.
T-junction.
So it didn't matter if we go left or right.
It depends on how many times in a row you went left or right.
They
Make a
designed
left
dungeons
turn.
because they don't want the adventurers to take left turns. They spend less time there that way.
Oh god.
You take enough. If you take enough right turns in a dungeon, you find a Publix.
Oh no!
We did find the Publix already. It's the worst Publix. Oh god, I'm sorry.
Gus is standing at ready. Or are we just like? He's just standing.
I mean, do we get to say roll initiative for once?
Do we?
Well, what? So far, nobody's done anything. Gus said he's standing at ready, and they have not noticed you.
Yeah, Alex is going to shoot one of them.
Okay, now we roll initiative.
I really didn't say.
I need a.
Hooray, I don't need a stat block again.
Is it a 10 or an 8 for Gift of Alacrity?
D8.
Okay.
You know, every time I roll initiative, I look hopefully at my character sheet, but the initiative bonus is always the same.
And you no longer have Numac with you.
Yep, it's true.
Yep. We figured we came to the conclusion that Numac is not a tall enough boy to ride this ride. Although he was very useful getting here.
Alex, you're shooting from back here?
Yeah.
As you're lowering your weapon to take a shot, you suddenly see the shadow along the back wall seize up with its arms outspread in either direction. And you can also see the figure on the altar casting the shadow, doing the same thing, the Minotaur leading the chant. And it belches something out in its horrific Minotaur language. Lucius, are you still able to understand Minotaur?
I haven't recast a spell, so no.
Okay. But the effect is that none of the Minotaurs are surprised by your approach. And she beats all of you on initiative.
Well, that's because she is the prettiest princess, and all the princes love her.
Just wait till you get close enough to see what she's wearing.
Is it human? Is it a dress made out of humans? It's a dress made out of humans, isn't it?
Don't be silly. There aren't humans down here.
I need
It's been raining humans for like months.
Scrappy
Mm-hmm.
to make a dexterity saving throw.
You got it. That's a... Yeah, there they are. Okay. The 17.
17. Bear with me one moment. Ooh, that's better. 46 points of lightning damage, which Scrappy can cut in half for passing the save.
Ooh. Spicy.
And then the lightning arcs to Gus. Gus, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, come on. That's a 14.
So 46 points of lightning damage, which you can cut in half for passing the save.
Okay, I'll cut it in half again for casting
Using your
Absorb
reaction?
element. Yes, using my reaction to cast absorb elements.
Okay, then Lucius, I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
I don't like what's happening. I don't like this. I'm not having fun anymore. Oh, actually, 16.
So
You don't like chain lightning?
46 points of lightning damage, which you can cut in half for passing the save. And then the lightning arcs back to Connor, who's also going to make a dexterity saving throw.
What bonus did you give me, Alexander? You gave me.
You
hit
have
points,
5
right?
more hit points, both
Okay.
temporary or both maximum and current.
All right, it's 21.
21, so 46 points of lightning damage, which you can cut in half for passing the save. As she yells out this warning, and then spirals around in her dance, this kind of hypnotic pattern flickering in the shadow. But then the entire altar glows bright purple for a moment, as lightning arcs out from the creature's hands, homing in on Scrappy, lighting him up, and then jumping to the 3 others of you in turn. For a moment, the whole cavern is illuminated by it. And that's going to bring us to Alex. You may shoot her now, or any of the other Minotaurs.
Does she have a token on the map right now?
Perfect.
Okay. And is that the only one that's dressed differently than the others?
Yeah, so although from this range it's difficult to tell what exactly the dress is.
Sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and Alex will level his musket. Take a shot. So that'll hit an armor class of 25
That'll hit.
and deal 14 magical piercing damage. Alex gets a second shot on her. That's a crit.
Ooh.
I'm going to go ahead and put a Flash of Genius on that to add some extra force damage.
Arcane Jolt.
Yeah, Arcane Jolt. So that's 35 magical. Do you care about force versus magical piercing?
No.
Okay, 35 damage. And third shot. It's going to hit an armor class of 18.
Will hit.
Dealing an additional 16 magical piercing.
And she is bloodied.
Steely, Steely, I'm going to use my bonus action to order Steely to use his new spell gullet, which today I have set to cure wounds. So Steely points the wand, slung under his neck at Gus, and Gus, you're going to go ahead and get back 10 hit points.
Ooh.
And then Steely will move up. That's the end of our turns.
All right, that's going to bring us to Connor.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. I think I don't know if I can get a. Can I? Oh, I can get a beat on her.
As long as that's inside of your range increment.
Yes, because my longbow range is 150
Yeah.
/ 600.
Longbows are crazy.
Yeah, been neat. All right, bonus action, lightning arrow.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going
Finally.
to. Yeah, I know, right? I'm a shooter in the face.
Sure.
That is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yay! All right, this is fun. I'm glad I got to do this one more time. This was great. And somehow she only takes 14 lightning damage.
Okay.
And creatures in a 10-foot range need to make a dexterity saving throw.
So that's 2 of the Minotaurs.
Correct.
I have an 11 and a 10.
Those both fail. So they each take 2d8 thunder or lightning damage, which in this case is 8.
Okay.
Let me make sure nothing else happens to them. I don't believe it does. And then it turns back into an arrow. So, yeah, that's it.
So you basically did just a worse version of what she did to you.
Yes.
Hit for tap.
As a ranger, that is on par. Yes.
All right, so you're happy to stay put there?
But the best part is I have 2 more attacks.
Ah.
So, yeah, let's shoot her 2 more times. That is a 31 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 14 piercing. Oh, and yeah, let's do the sharpshooter thing where I take a -5. So I can inflict more damage.
Well, you can't do that after the fact. You have to just clear that before the roll.
Well, it's a 1, so it's... Okay. I thought it was... Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
That's
you got to
fine.
declare that before. Yeah.
And moving or staying put there?
Nope, this is a great place to be. Away from everything.
All right.
Except the chain lightning.
Gustavo.
Except the chain lightning.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Gus is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Gus,
Uh-huh.
as you enter into the room, you do notice that the fog that you've seen throughout the caverns intermittently does seem to be sweeping in this room, but it's very thin in some places and very thick in other places. And as you enter, you notice it gets thicker in the places where you make your footfalls. So you actually have to go down a gentle slope, maybe 6 or 8 inches, to get down into the main cavern. And looking out across it, you don't see a pool of fog across the whole chamber, just localized to certain points, one of which is where you're standing.
Okay. So what you're saying is there pools of fog just sitting out in the areas?
Here and there intermittently, but before where you saw the fog was kind of pooling up in the low parts of the caverns, something else is at play in this room.
Okay. Gus is going to use a 2nd level spell slot to cast Blur on himself.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's now blurry.
As always.
Yeah, he's pretty blurry. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Lucius.
So I'm all about magic and science and magical science and sciencey magic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step up to here. And I'm going to take aim at this guy for some Eldritch Blasting
Okay.
for 1 shot. Let's just see what happens here. That's a 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
For 15 points force damage.
And
Push 10 feet.
he's pushed backwards, and you know now that it's for sure that it's a pit because he disappears into it. And a split second after he does, you hear his howl as he falls backwards, and an enormous gout of violent, multicolored steam shoots up out of the pit, blasting blood and bone and organ matter and presumably pieces of minotaur all over the cavern.
Everybody duly note that, and then Lucius goes to fire at the woman for the other 2 blasts.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
18 will hit.
Then a 27 will hit as well. First shot
Okay.
is 13 points force damage. And push 10 feet. I'm assuming back up against the wall.
Okay, so will the second shot still hit if you... Well, what AC does the second shot hit?
A 27.
Okay, because the first shot blows her back off of the altar, which gives her cover against the next shot, but you do still hit with a 27.
And I have the spell version of Sharpshooter, so...
Oh, then forget I said anything. Why do I even bother trying to play by the rules if all the players could just ignore the rules whenever they want?
It's part of the rules, though.
God damn it, Treble.
Second shot is 14 points force damage.
All right.
This
I
is
think
why we're
maybe
not on Brickroad's
Gus
main
doesn't
channel.
ignore cover on ranged attacks.
So
No, I
the
don't.
most violent effect this had on the room is now the back wall is no longer covered with her shadow, as she's blown backwards off the altar with a shriek. Moving or staying put?
I'm going to go ahead and take a couple steps back.
Okay.
And that'll be good.
Okay.
Like, I didn't think there could be anything good for falling into the pit, but glad to know that my suspicions are confirmed.
All right. 25, and they have 40. So 40.
Huh?
25.
No time.
I feel like we did this already.
30.
The whole dungeon is action surge. We're starting this right again.
He can't get there. I think he can, though. Can you? 10, 20, 30, 40. All right, Gus.
Huh? All of your attacks are at disadvantage.
We are not making attack rolls against you.
Okay.
We are making strength athletic rolls against you. And you
Oh,
are
okay.
opposing with strength athletics checks.
Oh, okay.
The first one I have is a 19.
Indomitable. That is a 25.
Okay, second one I have is an 18.
12.
A 12.
Yeah.
Third one I have is a 23.
Oh, okay. Let's see. That's a 27.
Okay, fourth one I have is an 8.
It's a 24.
And the fifth one I have is a 22.
28.
All right. So this Minotaur gets you grappled.
Okay.
And the rest of them are also trying to lay hands on you. They're not armed with anything. They're not dragging axes around like the previous ones. They're just trying to seize you. 2 of the Minotaur disappear back behind the altar. And the other 3... I need to make checks for before they can move. All right. They just line up directly in front of the pit in a guarding position. The extremely badly bloodied shaman, with the help of the 2 Minotaur who went behind the altar to retrieve her, comes back up onto the altar, and gonna need Lucius, Connor, and Alexander to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
$15.
21.
And how did Alex do?
I got a 7, which I can make a 12 if that helps.
$32 points of fire damage. Lucius and Connor passed. 7 does not pass.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and use an absorb elements on that fireball.
Okay. Yeah, she flings
Lucius.
a fireball that explodes right in front of Alex, catching all 3 of you.
Lucius is also resistant to fire damage, so yeah.
Half damage if you pass.
Yes.
His
Connor.
Get
fireball.
evasion?
After she throws the fireball at you, with the assistance of her 2 Minotaurs, she steps off the front of the altar and they throw her bodily into the pit.
Oh,
After
Oh,
which,
that's bad.
another huge, terrible gout explodes from the pit of multicolored steam, blasting bits of bone and copious amounts of blood, etc., all around, splattering the floor and the walls. And as you guys are watching this happen the second time, it is very clear that these Minotaurs are going to try their hardest to drag Gus over to the pit and chuck him in.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to bring us to Alexander.
Do I have a shot on the Minotaur that's holding Gus right now? There are two, I think.
No,
No, just one.
Just one got him? Yeah, let's go ahead and take a shot. Sharpshooter on that Minotaur. So that'll hit an armor class of 23.
That'll hit.
So 18 magical piercing on
Okay.
the first shot. Got a second shot on him. That'll hit an armor class of 18
That'll hit.
for 27 magical piercing. Got a third shot, which will hit an armor class of 16.
That'll also hit.
And that's going to be 17 magical piercing damage.
Okay, and he is bloodied.
Steely will move to here and use the help action to give Gus advantage on his next athletics check.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
That's going to bring us to Connor.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Let's shoot the Minotaur that is holding Gus.
Sure.
Let's sharpshooter this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we're gonna we're gonna Slayer's Prey too, because it's a thing I want to do. Yeah. All right. First arrow is a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Woo! All right. 4. 25 damage.
And that's enough. Put an arrow directly through his body, and there's a sharp shudder. As Gus, you feel the Minotaur's grip loosen as the body drops against the wall.
That was fun. Let's do that again. Second arrow on the guy right there.
Sure.
That one. Ooh. That's an 11 to hit.
11 does not hit.
It's all right. I got a third arrow.
Okay.
See, the problem is this is all gone to my head now. That is a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It was so promising too. So promising.
Moving or staying put?
Staying put.
Staying put there. That's going to bring us to Gustavo.
Okie dokie. I'm going to. I'm going to booming blade this gentleman right here.
No, not gentleman, he's a Minotaur. Gentleman's back
Is-
in Dunfoss.
Is he a boy Minotaur?
Judging by the size of his penis, yes.
Then he's a gentleman.
Okay.
That is a 29
See, this is why I don't stream to YouTube these games.
to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, dokie.
That will hit the copious Minotaur cock.
He takes 9 bludgeoning damage and 11 thunder damage, and he is enveloped in booming energy.
Okay.
And then I just Misty Step out of the middle of these.
Very good.
Let's see, 10, 20, 30. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, okay. All right.
That's going to bring us to Lucius.
Let's go ahead and pelt some of these guys with some Eldritch Blasts. Actually, let's do these two first.
Okay.
And then I'll decide how I feel about the third shot once I see how these other two things. So for the north side one, that's a crit.
Nice. That's the one that Gus had previously boomed with his blade.
Yeah, he's about to get even more boomed
with his bamfing blade.
The hammer. It's a
11 points force damage, push 10 feet.
Oh, that's true. I guess you can't actually cast booming blade, can you? Because it's not a blade; it's a hammer.
Yeah.
I can.
No, I'm gonna executive order. You got to use a blade if you want to use booming blade.
Listen to me.
Lucius, are you pushing him backwards?
Yes, I am.
Okay, he's only gonna go 5 feet because there's another Minotaur standing behind him.
Well, you're just gonna rob me of that? Okay, no, it's fine. To the one directly to the south of him now. That's a 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
Roll kind of low on the crit damage, unfortunately. 13 points force damage.
Okay.
And no point in pushing him because, yeah.
You can't go backwards.
How's that north one looking? Still
Injured, but not bloodied.
Oh, let's fix that, shall we? Ooh. It's a 14 hit, pray tell?
Yes, it does.
Excellent. 12 points, force damage.
Okay.
Did I get him?
Nope, he's still not. No, he's bloodied now, actually. Just barely.
Gosh dingle darn it. I'm going to go back over here, then.
Hopefully you don't say dingle darn it. I would appreciate if you didn't.
This is a G-rated stream.
Yeah.
That's a
In Infernal, that is the most vile insults you could imagine.
Is that it for Lucius?
That's it for me, yeah.
Alright. Scrappy has to make... Scrappy weighs hundreds and hundreds of pounds, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Alright. He has to make a strength athletics check or dex acrobatics if he prefers.
I'm pretty sure we're going to go with the athletics here.
Okay, but against a 19.
He makes a 9.
So this first Minotaur has him grappled, the one that's just barely bloodied. Second one also has a 19.
It's another 9.
Okay. So these two Minotaurs can move Scrappy together 35 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20.
This guy takes 3d8 damage.
Okay. Let's resolve that first, because that might kill him.
15.
15?
Yeah. Thunder damage.
Okay, so he's still alive. And this one can move 40 feet, this one can move 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So yeah, they can both get here, dragging Scrappy, and they chuck Scrappy into the pit. And this time, there's not a big gout of steam that shoots up. Which means I'm going to make some rolls on my end. Okay. So those two can't move. I've got... Who can get to Gus this turn? 10, 20, 30... He just barely can't. So these two, 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. So the two that just chucked Steely into the pit are standing there, one of which is very badly wounded, bloodied. The other ones who were standing by the pit move forward to encroach upon Gus, but can't entirely reach him this round. This one can, and this one can. Yeah, you know what? These ones are going to dodge to completely surround Gus. There's no reason to let Gus loose after this. But only two of them can get a hold of him. Gus.
Huh?
Strength athletics or dex acrobatics?
You still get advantage on the first one from the aid.
I do strength,
Remember,
obviously.
this isn't a hit roll. Does he have advantage against that? For
Yeah, it's a stat check. I
It's
gave
a
him
skill
advantage
check,
on his next athletics.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, the first one you're rolling against a 20.
Okay. That is a 21.
Okay, and the second one you're rolling against a 9.
That is 18.
Okay, Gus, what's your passive insight -5?
4.
Okay. That's going to bring us to... Oh, these guys here. They're going to take up position in front of the pit. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the order. Oh, my priestess is dead. That's so sad. That's going to bring us back to Alexander.
Alex loads a bullet into his gun, levels it into the center of the chamber, and a mass of sticky webs erupts when it explodes.
Okay. Moving or staying put?
Boy, I have a bonus action for a change. If you were useful with that, I think I'm okay with where I am.
Tell Steely to try to get back to you if you can.
Yeah, I guess I'll order Steely to climb out of the pit.
You don't feel a connection with Steely at the moment.
Okay.
But you also didn't see the big gout of steam blasting metal and circuitry all over the walls either. That's going to bring us to Connor.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Slayer's Prey. Shoot the one not in the web.
Yep.
Well, first sharpshooter as well. First arrow. That is a 24 to hit.
Bear with me one moment. I got to do a little bit of bookkeeping on my end.
Absolutely.
Because the bloody guys are back by the pit. These two guys who previously taken damage are also back by the pit. So the 5 that are up around Gus have never taken damage at all.
Sounds right to me.
And one of them is outside of the web. And you hit a what?
24 to hit.
That'll hit. Go ahead and put an arrow in him.
Yeah, all right. That is 23 damage.
Okay.
Second arrow is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 22 damage.
Okay.
Third arrow
And he is bloodied.
is 26 to hit.
Also hit.
Yeah, boy. That's what I like. That is 19 damage.
For 19 damage. Yes, severely bloodied. The one outside of the web. And
I'm going to mark off those arrows.
moving or staying put?
You know, when you can attack 3 times a round, you really start flying through the arrows.
They
I
go
gotta
through
say.
quick.
Yeah, they do. No, let's stay put right here. next to my buddy Alex / Meat Shield.
It's going to bring us to Gustavia.
Okay, what check do I need to make?
Okay, so you're starting your turn, so I need a saving throw against DC 17 dexterity.
Oh, well, I fail.
So you're restrained by the web.
Yes.
And you're being
But-
grappled by one of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Does a +5 get you through it?
I rolled an 11. So
Only 16.
Okay.
You have
Then you
advantage
can
to
make
break
a
the grapple.
strength athletics at 17 as well to free yourself as an action.
but then I'm still grappled.
You are still grappled.
Yeah, so I guess you'd also take, if you want to just end the grapple. Like, maybe it's not so bad if the web holds you here.
Right. How does that interact with grapple? Like, I'm restrained. I can't. I'm stuck.
You're restrained by the web, but you're grappled by the Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing if you've been grappled by multiple Minotaurs, you could break one, but not the other on the same turn.
Yeah.
So if you break the restraint, you're still grappled by the Minotaur, who might also become restrained at the beginning of his turn. If you break the grapple, you're still restrained here, which means you can't move out of the way. So your options are limited, but I do need to know what you're going to do.
Right. I'm going to. Use. I'm going to break the grapple.
Okay? Being restrained does not have an effect on this roll.
That's a 20.
All right, you are no longer grappled by the Minotaur,
Okay, but my speed is 0.
but your speed is 0.
And yeah, okay.
All right, that's going to bring us to Lucius.
Let's go ahead and please remind me the bloodied status of this Minotaur.
Pretty terribly bloodied because he is peppered with Connor's arrows.
Let's see if I can end him right now.
He has what
That's,
I believe Yahtzee Croshaw would call multiple spindly wooden limbs.
30 to hit
That'll hit.
for 14 points force damage.
That's enough for him.
I will gladly take my temporary hit points after that lightning bolt.
And fireball.
Or
Don't forget the
lightning.
fireball.
And the fireball. The fireball is scary, but That is 17 temporary hit points.
Cool.
And you said he went down from that?
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Okay. Then let's go ahead and move over here. That one and that one. I'm going to blast one to each of them.
Okay.
26 to hit on the north one.
That'll hit.
Looking at 9 points force damage. Push 10 feet.
Okay.
And to the south one. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 8 points force damage. Push 10 feet.
Okay.
Push them into the web.
Well, they were already in the web. You kind of pushed them further into the web.
I will push them all in the web. And I will go ahead and back up here next to Alexander.
All
My
right.
best good buddy.
Let's see if any of these guys are restrained. This is a dex save, correct?
17, yep.
I have a fail, a fail, a fail, and one pass. So one is not restrained. He's going to use his action to try to grapple Gus. And Gus, you are restrained, yes?
Yes. But it doesn't.
It
it's a
doesn't have any
15.
effect here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 15.
I have a 22.
Yeah, 15.
And you do not weigh as much as Scrappy, so he is not going to have much difficulty dragging you backwards.
Mhm.
These are difficult terrain even if he's not restrained. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So 10, 20, 25. That gets him out. Then he can drag Gus 30, 40 feet. And these three schmoes, we'll see if they can break out of the restraint. They need a 17 to break out?
Yeah, athletics.
Okay.
Probably acrobatics too, but I don't think they want to do that.
No, their athletics is much better. So two of them remain restrained. One of them breaks out. So,
Oh no, it's a raw strength check. It is not an acrobat or an athletics.
that's fine. They don't have athletics anyway. 10, 20. So he can come up behind Gus here, but he does not have an action to assist with the grapple or anything. He's going to move over. He's going to move over. He's going to move over. And I've got 4 more chances to grapple Gus.
I don't like what's happening here.
Gus,
Yep.
I have a 19.
I have a 25.
Okay, I have a 15.
I have a 24.
I have a 17.
I have a 22.
And I have a 9.
I have a 28.
So despite all of their efforts, it's still only 1 Minotaur dragging you forward towards the pit. No matter what they do, they get a hand on you and you slap it off with your hammer or twist out of the way or force them backwards.
Here, Gus, you'll blow me up.
He's like, I hope you choke on me, you assholes. It's going to bring us to Alexander.
How high is the ceiling?
It stretches, once you get into the actual chamber, like over where the pit is, It stretches
Yeah.
higher up than your dark vision allows, further than 60
Okay.
feet.
What about like through this part?
Considerably
How high is
narrower.
the-
Where you're standing at the T-juncture back here, it's probably no higher than 10 or 12 feet, but it opens up here to maybe between 15 and 20.
Okay, so the web basically reaches the ceiling there. because
Yeah,
it's
the
20
web
feet
is
high.
completely blocked off the opening of the T-junction there.
Alex can move up to here. I'm gonna take a level my gun at the one that's grabbing Gus right now.
That is this one.
Okay. First shot will hit an armor class of 14.
A 14 will hit.
Okay, and let's go ahead and put in. Let's see for the third shot. 14 will hit, so that'll deal a damage of 19 magical piercing.
Okay.
Second shot is going to hit an armor class of 19
Also will hit.
for 17 magical piercing.
Okay.
And then Alex loads a ruined bullet into his gun and fires a third shot. That hits an armor class of 10.
10 will not hit.
I'm going to spend 2 blips and reroll it. 12.
12 will not hit.
Alright, I'm just going to spend the 4 blips then and kill and hit.
That tanking all your blips. Because we have got to kill this man. That'll hit.
So that's a bullet plus a radiant smite plus an arcane jolt. Do you care about force versus radiant?
No, just give me the big ol' end result.
Mark off the spell slot. Second level. Oh, sorry, branding smite.
Science Paladin. By the power of chemistry.
Plus 16. So that'll deal a total of 35 magical damage.
He is extremely severely bloodied at this point.
And that's the end of my turn. Also, that one is now glowing and can't become invisible.
This one here? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and you're ending your turn. That's going to bring us to Connor.
All right. Connor's gonna.
Oh, wait, that's the web. That's also concentration. I hate that the smites are concentration.
Oh, so the web is gone.
Yeah.
All right, it might be easier to get Gus into the pit now.
All right, Connor's gonna follow that up.
Yep.
Gonna shoot the guy. We're going to Slayer's Prey him. Going to Sharpshooter. And let's roll the dice. Nope. That is a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Uh, 22 damage.
And that's enough. Gus, you feel the grip go slack as the Minotaur holding on to you falls to the ground with an arrow in its neck.
All right. Which one is bloodied? Or is there another bloodied one, I believe?
There's one in this group, yeah, is bloodied.
I want to shoot that one.
Sure.
This is arrow number 3.
It's one of the ones that had taken up in front of the pit, but then stepped forward when Gus was being dragged away.
Right. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 22 damage.
And that's enough.
Yep, 22 damage. Hmm.
Taking a step back.
Yes, sir.
It's going to bring
It's
us to
Connor's turn.
Gustavus.
As he blows through his quiver of arrows at an incredible rate.
Gustavus.
Gus is going to. So, have any of these guys been damaged at all?
A little bit here and there. One of them, 2 of them took damage from a lightning arrow. I think one of them got Eldritch Blasted once.
Okay.
But none of the ones remaining are bloodied. There are 6 left, none are bloodied.
Okay. We're going to. hopefully take advantage. Well, hopefully remedy that. So this guy right here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to green flame blade him.
Sure.
That is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, and he takes 7 plus. So that's 14 fire damage and 14 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Just sevens all across.
Very good.
So that's 28 damage from there. And this gentleman right here takes 5 fire damage.
Okay.
And then my bonus action is a 17 to hit against this guy.
Sure.
And he takes 6 plus 7, 13 bludgeoning damage.
What's in your offhand that you're attacking with?
I'm not. I get a free bonus. I can make an attack with my bonus. It's a class feature.
Okay. Gotcha.
When I cast a cantrip, can use a bonus action to make a melee attack.
Right. Okay.
And then
And did that hit?
doing,
That bonus action?
sorry. What about it? It was a 17 hit.
That hits.
Yeah, and it was 13 damage.
All right. And he is bloodied.
Just barely, or
Just barely.
all right. I'm not getting thrown in this pit. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna use it all. We're not saving for the final boss. Action surge.
All right.
10, 20.
I mean, are you just eating all these reactions?
No, I'm misty stepping.
Gotcha.
And then 5, 10, 15, moving 5 feet.
Okay.
15 feet back here. I'm not gonna move past you, Connor. I think that's far enough. But that's all my second level spell slots.
All right. Is that it for Gustavus?
That's also my action surge.
It's going to bring us to Lucius. What about him? Lucius is just speaking into the void.
Heck butts. I'm sorry.
Next time, don't unmute yourself until after you said heck butts. I think I speak for everyone.
I'm okay with that.
Keep that G-rated stream, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna blow. So what's this guy's bloody stat? Because I want to know how hard I need to hit him to
Not
blow
bloodied
his
at
head
all.
completely off. Okay, then you know what? I'm just gonna focus fire on him and hopefully give him a full Monty of 30 feet into the back.
The full Monty. All right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure 22 hits. Yeah, 22 hits.
Does indeed.
First shot, first Eldritch Blast is going to deal 8 points force damage, push 10 feet.
Okay.
Second shot is a 17,
Also hits.
8 points force damage, push 10 feet. And third shot, 27 to hit for 13 points force damage, push 10 feet.
All right. He's just blowing him backwards. And he is now bloodied. Lucius,
Good.
moving or staying put?
I'm going to go ahead and scoot back over here because I don't know what these guys' ranged options are, but I don't want to find out.
They're not armed with anything. They don't have any
Okay.
weapons on them. All right, I have to make a lot of rolls over here. All right.
Steely.
One of the Minotaurs that was trying to get a hold of Gus, and Gus just blinks out of the way. And Gus, you can see the frustration on them. And he turns his attention towards the badly wounded Minotaur in the front. Gets hands on him instead. And the other two standing nearby see exactly what his intent is. As these three drag the fourth one, kicking and streaming, and wheel him around and throw him into the pit. And there's another big gout of multicolored steam. And this time, something bad happens.
Feely rises up and is the final boss.
You wish.